Hello everyone, I am Atul Morbale and today is 20th of December 2021 and now we discuss the life cycle of object in Java. So Java is an object oriented programming language. The object is everything in Java. Now we discuss the definition of object. Object is an instance of class. It represents the real world entity. It has behaviors as well uh, as data of structures. The object in Java consists the three ways. First is state, second is identity, and third is behavior. So now we discuss the one by one. So first is state. State, it is represented by attributes of an object. It also reflects the properties of an object. So now we discuss the behavior. It is represented by methods of an object. It also reflects the response of an object with other objects. Now we discuss the identity. It gives a unique name of an object and enables one object to interact with other objects. Now we take the one example of these three methods. We take the one example of dog. So dog name is identity of object. Uh, dog dog breed color is a uh, state of objects, and dog sleep it is a behavior of objects. Now we discuss the creation of objects in Java. When an the creating an objects when an object of a class is created, the class is said to be instantiated. All the instances share the attributes and the behavior of the class, but the values of those attributes. Now from the above discussion we conclude that the declaration and initialization of objects in Java. So now we discuss the life cycle of objects in Java. There are steps such as now we discuss the one by one. Step 1, creation of class file in disk. As we know that Java programs runs on the Java virtual machine, that is JVM. When we compile the Java class, it is transfer into bytecode, which is platform and machine independent. The compiler classes are stored as a .class file on the disk. Step 2 is loading .class file into memory. After that, the Java runtime finds out the class on the disk, that is in the form of a .class file. Java class loader loads that class into memory, and Java runtime reads it into the memory. Step 3, looking for initialized static members of class. Now Java looks for all initialized static members of class such as static method, static field, static block, etc. We always remember that all the static members of the class do not belongs to any particular instance of the class. It belongs to the class itself, and it and is shared by all the objects created from the class. Now the step 4, ways to initialize class in Java. A class can be initialized in two ways in Java. First, when we access a static field or a static method of the class. For example, when we run the main methods in the class is initialized because the main method is already static. And the second way is when object or instance of the class is created using the new keywords. The class is initialized. Now the step 5 is all all allocation of memory uh, for object and reference variable. In stage 5, Java allocates the memory on the heap for the object and memory on the stack for object reference variable. Now the step 6, calling of the constructor of class. When we created an object, JVM first calls the constructor of the class, which is like a method, but it is called only once when the object is created. Thus, the object lives its life and providing access to its fields and methods, whatever we want and needs to access them. Now the last step is removing of object and a reference variable from memory. When the accessing of field and methods are completed, the object and its reference are removed from the memory by the JVM. At this time, the object has died. So that is the all about the life cycle of object in Java. So thank you for this video.